Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to another episode of Jake's Platonic Fireside Chat. You know, I've been thinking, some things in life come easy, and some things take a long time to learn, like playing chess, or picking a lock, or raising a baby, for example. But some things, some things are far more fun, like playing video games. So, this week, we want to make a video about games that have taken the most time out of our lives. You know, the games we've played the most. Everyone's got one, right? Even if you've only played 2 games, one of them is the game you've played the most. It's quite simple, really. So this week, we're going to be looking at games we've played the most. Now, why don't we tell you ours? Then you tell us yours. Come on, let's go on a journey. Battlefield Bad Company 2 is a 2010 first-person shooter video game developed by the Swedish firm EA DICE and published by EA for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, iOS and Kindle Fire. The game is a squad-level first-person shooter based in a modern warfare setting, but I guess the multiplayer was where Mike sank most of his time, so let's hear what he's got to say.
Hey, let me tell you, Battlefield Bad Company 2, best shooter of all time, right? And I'm saying that as a fact, because that is what it is. That's not my opinion. I just know that to be the case, and I've enjoyed the game all the more because of it. I just know that I'm playing the best game of all time. That's why I've clocked in about 400-500 hours of it on the Xbox 360. Yeah, I'm one of them. And it's just shooting stuff is so great in it. Just shooting other people, knowing that you're just ruining their day, and just shooting people generally is really enjoyable in it.
Thanks, Mike. That sounds like a great time. I wish I could have been there to enjoy it with you. Resident Evil 4 is a third-person shooter survival horror game developed and published by Capcom and released in 2005. This also changed the beloved Resident Evil formula after the first 3 games and did great. It's still the industry standard for survival horror and definitely the one to beat. Liam enjoyed the game so much he must have completed it about 30 times now. Let's see what he's got to say about it. Liam's on holiday this week. Me next. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is the remake of The Binding of Isaac, an indie roguelike game designed by Edmund McMillen, that Super Meat Boy guy, and Florian himself for the PC. The remake of The Binding of Isaac was released on nearly every console ever, and has almost endless amounts of playability due to the fact it has random items, enemy placements, and dungeon layouts. The game is loosely based on the Binding of Isaac Bible story, and you play as Isaac, a little boy trying to escape from being killed by his mum in a basement. Yeah, I know. I remember getting The Binding of Isaac when it first came out. Then Rebirth came out with some extra stuff, and I got it on the PS4. About 1,000 hours later, I still find stuff in this game that I haven't seen before. I haven't even got a DLC for it, so I should probably do that. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a multiplayer online battle royale game developed and published by PUBG Corp. It's a game, right? I know this sounds crazy, but 100 people jump out of a plane and they all fight for survival, but there can be only one winner. Kind of a crazy concept. Gaz has spent countless hours on it, and he's going to tell you why this is his most played game.
It's a funny one, isn't it? I don't even see PUBG as a special game in itself. It's full of bugs. It's, you know, when I played it, it wasn't the greatest version even. I don't even know why I've played so much of it. Maybe it's just fun to play with friends. I mean, Battle Royales are good. I enjoy Battle Royale a bit.
Thanks, Gaz. That was our most played games, at least in a pretty good Gaming Officers. I hope you found it enjoyable. But what about you? What game have you put the most hours of your life into? Why don't you let us know what the game is and how many hours you've spent? Because let's face it, this is the only time ever anyone's going to be impressed with what you're about to say, okay? At least when it comes to video games. So if you've got any bright ideas for a fireside chat, why don't you let me know? It's just nice to have you around, really. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new around here. There's a link to our Patreon if you want to support the channel, and there might be another fireside chat here. Hey, until then, your pal Jake. I'll see you next time.